Hello, Paso. This is Wicked Ink 915, tattoo artist out of the borderland. I specialize in custom tattoos and digital art for band logos, business logos, and personalized art. Find me on Instagram at Wicked Ink underscore 915 or under Wicked Vinyl Creation to schedule appointments for your next tattoo or to get your personalized merch such as stickers, t-shirts, mugs, and patches. Thank you and have a great day.
Welcome back to the BAMC Showcast. We're here at the Rockhouse. It's a Tuesday afternoon. I got some special guests today. They will be direct or local support here on the 14th for Armored Saint. Then there will be direct support for my show on November 1st, opening for Madam Ozzy and Mistress of Reality. And they've been getting some airplay. They're on KLAQ. They got a big album coming out. El Paso's favorite doom metal band, Ojo Malo. Welcome to the show, dudes.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Now we're a little short today. We got Steve, we got Mike here. Well, Mike's here in the background. How you doing there, Mike?
Fabulous. How are you?
I'm good, sir. Now, you guys have been busy as hell lately. So, James told me little stories here. Now, you guys have been recording his house for quite a while, and Hector produced. And you guys care to divulge any information on the new album?
Yeah, it's actually coming out on Halloween of this year. We it's an EP. We did 5 songs and one cover song. I'll leave that as a surprise. But yeah, we it's going to be a six song EP, 5 originals and one cover. And yeah, we were at Strange Daze Studios and recording, and with Jamz and Hector produced and also engineered, and of course he's always like giving us great advice on what to add and what not to not add.
Yeah, Hector is definitely a beast for sure. So, it comes out on Halloween. So, when you play here the next night, that Saturday, November 1st, will it be at the merch table in a physical copy?
Well, no, we're trying to get copies, but we'll definitely have copies at our CD release party in early November for sure.
And you guys have some new shirts out now, correct?
We got a couple of new shirts. We've kind of changed up the our logo shirt, and also we got a couple of new designs also that are doing pretty getting pretty popular here.
Nice. So, when you guys first came together, you guys were in a previous band together, correct?
Yeah, we were in Brother Strange. Brother Strange was around for I don't know how many years before I joined, and maybe 5 or 6 years, and we had some revolving members, different drummers, different bass players, including my son. Shout out to him; he was our bass player for a
Awesome.
while. And then once we lost our drummer, we kind of decided that it was time to just shift gears completely. Bass player was gone, so it was just Steve and I, and we had to kind of make some decisions. So we just decided to change everything up, change the name of the band, change the trajectory, change the music slightly. Evolving music taste and all of our influences. And once we got Oscar on bass and Matt on drums, it just kind of was like the most perfect potion, and it's been magical. Really, we write songs so quickly, and everybody knows what each other likes, and it's just been great. I mean, we're writing songs so fast we can't even remember half the damn songs we're writing.
So, is this like 2022? Because I remember in a Harvest Fest, well, I think it was 2021, you guys were still Brother Strange. Is that correct?
I think that was probably one of the last times, yeah, that we were brothers.
Okay. Was Matt, was he in Brother Strange? Because I remember at Southwest, he was wearing a Brother Strange shirt.
Yeah, no, no, it was Isaac Mosholder on drums for a while there, and but yeah, we you know w- we decided to go, just like Mike said, go slightly in a different direction, and since we were down 2 members, we said, well, let's just call it quits on that and just start something anew.
Nice. Yeah, because I hadn't seen you guys play in a minute, and then, of course, I was tapped to co-host Southwest Metal Fest, and you guys fucking killed that night, dude. Or
Yeah,
I guess it
thank
was
you.
daytime. It was like, what, 3-ish when you went on?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, yeah, we definitely have evolved into something a little bit more heavier for sure.
Awesome.
We're having a good time with it.
Yeah, good stuff, man. So, who are you guys' early influences? Obviously, Mike's wearing a Black Sabbath hat, but other than the obvious ones, like who do you guys look for inspiration? And
Well, yeah, I think when Mike and I started, you know, talking about 70s hard rock, we were both really into that. That kind of got us talking more about that. Um, but yeah, the early 70s hard rock metal stuff was definitely a big influence. What do you want to add to that?
So one of the cool things about us, I guess, is all four of us come from different places. Steve and I both early 70s, super heavy 70s rock, but we're Kiss fans. Ace Frehley and all that, and then the stoner stuff, Clutch, and a lot of the doom stuff. And then I'm a metal guy, so I love Slayer and I love all things thrash metal and death metal and black metal and all that. And then our drummer, he's kind of a younger guy, he's in his 30s, so he likes some of the newer metal. And then Oscar is the thrash metal king. So you're looking at four guys who kind of all have their own input, and so you're mixing thrash and doom and stoner and and early 70s, just heavy riff rock, you know what I mean? And for us, it's all about the riffs, the cooler the riff, the heavier the riff, the better the song.
I agree. 'Cause I noticed when you guys play here, I mean, you guys have a unique sound. I mean, I love watching you guys play, but I love is you guys don't sound like anybody else. And El Paso, I think that's an awesome thing. It definitely sets you apart. And when I see Ojo Malo, I'm gonna see something different. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, well, we get that a lot, and we're very appreciative of that. And we weren't trying to sound different or anything. It's just how we came out with our four connection.
Nice. So, right now, like, how often do you guys gig? Would you say once a month or like on average? Like, obviously, coming up, you have more shows. You have
You're right.
several, but
Yeah, October is really busy for us this time around, but yeah, once or twice a month for sure.
okay.
Yeah, whether it be local or regional, or five, whatever.
Now, how many? You said you have an EP or 5 songs and a cover coming out, so 6 total. How many tracks you guys have, like, or like on Spotify right now? Like, if I were to look you up, like, how many songs you guys have right now?
Five,
Okay.
one EP, with a five.
I was talking.
One EP. Sorry about that.
That's good.
One EP. Our first EP was called, what was it called? Witch Slayer. That was Brother Strange. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, Black Trip Lord. Yeah. 2023. That one came out. Uh, and it has our first five originals. And then right now, the new one is called Sludgement Day.
I like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more sludgier than the first, I would say. And that one also has the five originals, and also we have like three or four more already written for the next one. I think we have talked about just sticking to EPs and just turning them out a little bit more faster than waiting for a whole late LP to come out.
Now, do you guys find that is it just easier, or do you find that people react to it better if it's in smaller doses?
It's a combination of a couple of things. I think that, yeah, like personally, older, those of us who are a little older, we're used to full length albums. You listen to side A and you listen to side B.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think that with the newer, younger people, I think it's smaller doses is definitely better. And because, things fade quick, right? So, if you can pump something out maybe every 6 months, put 5 songs down, you're more likely to keep things fresh. Keeping fresh is something that is expensive, but I think it's kind of necessary too. And then when you're doing a lot of shows at one time, you know what I mean? People are hearing the same songs over and over again, so you need to keep going. You know what I mean? And again, we're writing so much that we would like to be pumping out a EP every 3 months if we could, but financially, that's not a reality. And, props to Jamz Rockmoore and Hector because, those guys, wow. I mean, when everybody hears what's about to come out, it's amazing what they've done. Hector's a master, and those 5 will be worth it, and the next 5 will be even better.
Awesome. So you guys, I guess I'll rewind a little bit here. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention, we talked about all your gigs this month. I forgot to mention October 18th, you guys are playing the Kiva over in, was it, I guess technically La Luz or?
La Luz, New Mexico. Yeah, for it's an annual Halloween little party festival. Everybody's invited. Usually, they have food trucks. It's out there, out in the boonies. There's an actual kiva where we actually are have the bands perform in. Half caved where the Native Americans used to do their rituals. So it's very cool, and they even have TV screens outside the kiva for those that want to not be inside the cave. They can be outside and still enjoy the performance. So we're looking really forward to that one. And then of course, the cool thing about Ojo Malo is all 4 of us are huge horror fans. So we like dressing up in our best horror outfits and performing our metal for you all. And the Kiva is perfect for that.
So I'm not going to see Steve Salazar. I'm going to see maybe Michael Myers or
Right.
something like that. Awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Doubtfire.
Yeah. Oh no.
No, I've never been yet. I've been wanting to go. I'm hoping this should make it this year. Yes, I love those dudes. I love I call them the Aggressor Brothers, but the Williams family.
Williams, yeah. And they have food trucks out there. It's a huge lot, and yeah. Also, I wanted to remind everybody also that we got the Corrosion of Conformity show coming up as well,
Oh, yeah.
and we'll be direct support for that one. So that one is really exciting for us because they're definitely one of our bigger influences for our genre of music.
Yeah, I'll be working that unfortunately, but I've had a lot of people tell me they're like, "Oh, can you help me get in that show?" I'm like, "It's not my show. It's Matt's show. I have nothing to do with booking." But I know a couple of bands. I know Invictus. A lot of bands are trying to get down on that show. But nah, that should be a good night. So coming up, so your next gig is Armor Saint the first one coming up
Correct.
on the
Yeah,
14th?
next Tuesday, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
14th, and then the 18th. That's Saturday. That's the Kiva Saturday in La Luz. 21st.
21st.
Yeah, COC. November 1st, you're working for some dude. I don't know. Some guy conjuring the plan for him. That's gonna be a fun night, guys. I appreciate you guys being on that show. So, when you formed, I guess going back a little bit here, when you guys formed Brother Strange, how did you guys meet? Were you guys high school buddies, or I mean, I'm not from this town, so I don't know all the different paths.
No, I was I was starting. I just had gotten away from a band that I was in for like 14 years, and for whatever reason, I don't want to get into it, but it was not my time. I'm a lifer. There's no way that I was gonna give up or stop. So I've always wanted. My biggest influence has always been Black Sabbath. I wanted to do something based off of that, and I got into this genre called, stoner doom metal, sludge metal, all the genres that Black Sabbath was the main contribution style wise, and so I was able to connect with a guitarist before Mike. We started writing some songs, and then we got a drummer. And then when we lost that guitarist, that drummer had an old bandmate that was that said that had was a riff master guy that wrote really cool riffs. And so he gave him a call, and we went, and well, actually, he came over and we talked, and actually that was Mike.
Yeah, so it was, the drummer at the time, I came from the punk scene in the mid and late '80s in El Paso, so, I ended up in a band in Las Cruces with this guy, and, we did a lot of touring, and, that band fell apart, and he called me and he said, "Hey, man, would you be willing to do an album? I know you don't wanna tour and you don't wanna play live right now because, you're not in a place right now, but would you be willing just to record the album?" And I said, "Yeah." So I went over to Steve's and met them, and I mean, literally, it was one rehearsal. With those guys, I was like, "I'm in, man. I am in all the way." It was just something that, I grew up on a lot of '70s stuff, Frank Zappa and, Jerusalem and all these bands, and, here were these older guys, my age, little maybe slightly older, who were into what I was into, you know what I mean? And for me, it was a little different, the scary part of joining Brother Strange and even now is that, being a punk rock musician for so many years, punk rock has no guitar solos. Like, they don't do that. And Steve told me, he said, "You have to play guitar solos in this band if you wanna be in this band." So I had to tap into my psychic connection to Ace Frehley and write a bunch of Ace Frehley punk rock, solos because I'm not a shred master like Hector C. I'm a different
Well,
kind of
who
guitar
is?
player. Right, who is, right? And it just I don't know, it's bizarre how well, it has just come together, and, like, we can almost read each other's minds on music, and if I write something and Steve doesn't like it, there it is, he'll say it, and we'll change it. I mean, everything there's no bickering, it's pretty cool, man, like, we don't we stay sober, and when we're writing, when we're playing, and we party afterwards, and it's I don't know. It was meant to be, I guess. I don't It sounds kinda cheesy, but I suppose it was.
Mm. So, well, you said like you guys play and practice sober and perform sober, and which is a very good idea. Um, was that a steadfast rule you guys started from the beginning, or you just kind of the way it was, just the way you guys
No,
worked?
yeah, just the way it worked out. I mean, I think all of us were like, no, let's be, all in, headwise in our performance because we're representing a brand and that's our brand. And then later on, immediately right after, then we can start having our beers or whatnot.
Now, prior to that first rehearsal or that first get together, were you guys familiar with each other? Like, you guys seen each other in other bands before? Or?
No, no, yeah, no, not at all.
So when Oscar came along, was he did you guys know him from his previous projects or?
I did. Yeah, Oscar Gomez has been in many, many bands, and I've known him for many, many years, and we finally, when we called him up, he's like, "You know what, you guys, you got me in a good time. I'm not playing right now, and I'm looking for a project. So yeah, let's do it." Gave him the first 5 songs that we had written, and he came in so prepared that it just sounded like butter, and then that helped us out getting uh, into the writing mode and producing songs very quickly.
Now, how'd you guys come across Matt? I mean, he's like the young buck of the group.
So Matt's actually my cousin,
Okay.
whom I used to babysit, when he was a baby. That's how young he is. And so, he was trained sort of as a jazz drummer, and when he was in maybe junior high school, he was in, like, Christian punk bands, and, he used to play with the Dusty Something Boys, and I don't know, he used to tour with some country bands, as their drummer, even though he was kind of a metal guy, and we, called him. We needed a drummer really bad, and he came in, and he started it wasn't working out, excuse me, and he told us that, "I'm not ready for this, man." And so he split, and we got another drummer, and it just didn't work out, and Steve bumped into him at some art festival, and he said he was ready to go, and he came back, and he's been with us ever since. And I think Matt's been with us for a couple years now, and he's an amazing drummer. Um, he's got a lot of energy, and he's just a beast. And he's been the final nail in our metal coffin that it just works so well. It's nice that he's my cousin because I can talk a lot of crap, and pick on him as much as I want.
That's cool.
We do it anyway because he's the youngest one anyway, so we razz him.
I mean, I'm not from El Paso. I moved here in 2010, and I didn't really start following the local scene that closely till I want to say 2018-ish. So I ask all these questions because I like to hear people like it's probably common sense to a lot of people who follow you guys, but I didn't know you guys back then, so I like to ask those kind of questions. For example, Oscar, I had no idea he was in a band when Ken Payne until Ken's benefit show, and they had those CDs. And I was like, "Holy crap, what is this?" Like,
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, Oscar's been in the metal scene, the local metal scene, for a long time, and yeah, we're very fortunate to have him in our band.
so what can the fans expect from you guys going forward? I mean, obviously, we got the EP about to drop. You got some new shirt designs. You're gig heavy this month. Like, like if I say, "Hey, go see Ojo Malo," what can I tell us? It's like, you go see these dudes. What would you want me to tell the fans? Like, go see these guys because I mean, I know you guys are awesome, but for someone who's never seen you guys before, what
I-
can they expect?
If you're into some groove metal Sabbath style, I think that you'll appreciate what we do. Um, we're we were fortunate to have our first CD on the Doom charts when it came out in 2023. So we're gonna definitely shoot to get on the Doom charts with our new EP, and try to push it as much as possible. And of course, we want to um, tour regionally. Nothing too crazy. Maybe a weekend here, a weekend there. Regionally, we like playing Tucson and Albuquerque and shit. Even Marfa. Can I say shit?
Yeah.
E- Even Marfa, Texas has we had a good time there as well. But yeah, well, we like to do that, and if you're into Black Sabbath style of metal, come check us out or check us out on the Spotify. If you want to check out our first CD, like I said, in a couple of weeks, you'll be able to check out our second CD.
And that's a perfect segue there. You want Sabbath style metal. They're opening for a Black Sabbath tribute on November 1st. Early tickets, $10. Band chirp.me/BAMC showcast.
Come on down, guys.
Yeah. I mean, awesome night. So, real quick, let's do the social plugs. I only ever see you. I follow you guys on Instagram. I know you guys are on Facebook, right? I only ever see you on Instagram. But what else? You guys on X or I guess plug all the platforms.
Well, I think that's it. We're definitely on the Bandcamp, and you can hear our first EP there, and of course all the other music streaming services that you can hear that. What else, Mike? We got Instagram, Facebook for sure, and the Bandcamp. I believe those are the main three that we
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, Bandcamp's the way to go. I've always been a huge supporter of Bandcamp. I mean, I prefer to buy the physicals to them, but you can buy your MP3s. What I love about Bandcamp is you can buy FLACs. I'm an audio
Right.
geek. Like I was like, it was like, oh, MP3. I'm like, dude, it's lossy. I'd rather have a CD than an MP3.
Mm. And we're getting more people telling us that, so we'll definitely have a hard copy this time around. We didn't with our first EP, but this one we are going to get some copies done.
Awesome. So, anything else you guys want to plug before we head out of here, or anything I may have forgotten?
No, just remember the name. It's Ojo Malo, not Oyo Malo.
Uh,
On KLEQ, they accidentally introduced us as Oyo Malo,
Oi.
which is a bad hole. We're not even a good hole. We're a bad hole.
So, is it bad eye or is there evil eyes? What's
It's
the
evil eye.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It translates to evil eye, and most of our songs are actually relatable to living in El Paso and the borderland area. So check us out, and check out our covers on our CDs. We're very proactive in telling everybody that we're from El Paso.
Hell yeah.
And one last thing, I'm not knocking cover bands in any way, shape, or form, but let's start supporting local original music.
Yes.
Original music. This is we don't write music for ourselves, we write music for everybody. And so the more you can support your local El Paso bands, it just makes everything better for everybody. Get out. You don't need to sit at your house and watch TV, even if it's Tuesday night or a Wednesday night. Come out, support some local music, and have a good time.
It's always good stuff, especially here at the Rockhouse on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, Thursday. So there's always concerts and bands passing through, and we'll see you at the next one.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off that real quick. Mike, I couldn't have said it better, because obviously one of the reasons this podcast exists to spread the word about not just you guys, but other local bands. But weekdays, we have a lot. So not just here, but all venues in town. We got so many good bands, locals and traveling. And a lot of people, you got to get a little uncomfortable, guys. You can't just be like, oh, well, I got to work the next day, blah, blah, blah. It's El Paso. We get a lot of good bands, but we're a weekday town. We're not Dallas. We're not Albuquerque. We're not going to get we're not going to get your favorite band on Saturday night. It's not going to happen. Part of the reason I love being off weekdays, because I love it, because I come here, like you said, we're a Tuesday night town pretty much. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, you will get your nationals.
Yep.
I can get you a good tribute in the weekend, but I mean, Corrosion and Conformity is not going to be a weekend. Armor of Saint, not going to be a weekend. It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
But I want to plug your dates. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I just want to plug your dates again. So, the 12th, Tuesday the 14th. I'm sorry, next Tuesday, or this coming Tuesday, the 14th, here at the Rockhouse, Armored Saint. You guys are local support for that. Then on Saturday, October 18th, La Luz, New Mexico, the Kiva. Corrosion Conformity is here also. What day? October 21st. And then back here again, November 1st, you guys are direct support for Madame Ozzy and Mistress Reality. My show, the Madame Ozzy one, advance tickets $10, chirp.me/BAMC showcast. All those other shows, except the Kiva one, hard copies here at the Rockhouse. They're always at least $5 cheaper if you buy them here. So save your money. Don't wait to the door and then cry this too much. Buy it ahead of time. Save a few bucks.
Yeah.
So that's my soapbox, guy.
Yeah.
Anything else before we head out?
Just come out and rock out with us, man. Do some headbanging with us. We'll see you at the next one.
And I will be here on the 14th, because I'm off. That's my first 3 days in a row. I will be here. We'll have a good time. Party hard. Love you. Love you guys. Thank you so much for what you do.